everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy White. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please, if this is the first time you're checking on my channel, kindly hit on that subscribe button and turn on notification bell so I get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. So guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to fix an elastic band on your joggers trouser. So that is what we are going to do today. So now the first thing we're going to do is to go ahead and measure out the waistline, the waist circumference on our trouser. So what I have here after measuring it is 46 inches. So now we're going to go ahead and cut out our band. I've done that already. I've cut out the band and this is what I am working with. So while cutting the band, you have to cut it in a way that on the fabric is not too stretchy on the fabric, the part that is not so stretchy on the fabric. So now I've cut it out and what I have on fold is 2.5. So the reason I'm having 2.5 is because I'm using an elastic of 2 inches. So if your elastic is going to be 3 inches, then you'll be cutting 3.5 on fold on your fabric. So it has to be ½ inch more than the elastic you are working with. So that is just that for that. So now the next thing you are going to do is to go ahead and fold your fabric this way. So after folding the fabric this way, I'm also going to go ahead and fold out what the elastic. But before we fold out the elastic, for the elastic you are going to cut 5 inches away from your actual waistline. So if your waist is, let's say, 31 inches, you are going to cut out what 5 inches less than 31 inches on the actual waistline. So but for the joggers waist, which is 46, you are going to leave it that way, the way it is. So now I'm going to go ahead and sew it down using 0.5. I'll be doing the same thing on the elastic. I'll fold this just the way you are seeing it and I'm going to fold it down, and after sewing it I will be doing what top stitching one side of the elastic. So I'll do that and show you what next. So I have stitched it down and this is what we have, and I've top stitched it like I said. I've done it for the elastic. So on the fabric itself, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to fold it into 2. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm folding it into 2. So I'll go ahead and arrange it, carefully arrange it. Just make sure that all sides are what equal. So this is what you are going to do to your joggers band. So I'm trying to get the center back. So where I have a joining is going to serve as the CB, and this other part is going to serve as the center front. So that's why I'm folding it this way. So I'm also going to go ahead and notch what this center front. The center front, I'm going to be notching it so that I'll be able to identify it afterwards when I want to fix it on the trouser itself. So I'll just go ahead and give it just a tiny notch, and after notching it I'm going to place it this way. So the center back and the center front are both touching itself, they are touching each other. Okay, so I'm also going to be doing the same thing on the elastic itself. I'm going to place it this way, and then where I have the joining is going to serve as the CB, and this other part is going to serve as the CF. So I'm also going to notch it, just a tiny notch, so that I'll be able to align both center front and center back together. So now that is what we're going to be doing. So now the next thing we're going to do, after placing elastic this way, we're going to place it in between our fabric and take it to the sewing machine and sew it down. So but before I do that, we are going to be attaching our eyelet to this band before we place our elastic in between. I'll be attaching an eyelet to it. For the reason for attaching this eyelet is so that we'll be able to take our rope inside through it. You know, joggers normally have rope, although it's optional, but most joggers have rope attached to it. So that is why I'm attaching an eyelet to it. So on the CF, which is the center front, I'm going to draw out a line this way just to be able to identify the center front. So now I'm also going to measure what I have there. So what I have is 2.5, like I said earlier. I'll just go ahead and divide it into 2, and whatever figure I get, I'm going to place it on the fabric and put a mark there. So that is where I'm going to be attaching my eyelet on. Whatever figure you get after dividing it, you just go ahead and identify it so that you place the eyelet there. So this is how I am going to place my eyelet on that midpoint there. So I'll quickly go ahead and attach the eyelet on just one piece of this band that we have here. You just notch the points where you are going to be having the eyelet, just a tiny notch, and attach the eyelet to it. So after attaching the eyelet, I'm going to fix the elastic in between and sew it down. Okay guys, so this is what I've done. I've attached the eyelet and I've also gone ahead to sew down the elastic. So I gave it a double stitch. That is why you are seeing it this way. So you're going to be leaving out the 1/2 inch you are going to use to sew it down to your trouser. So this is what we have after attaching the eyelet, fixing the eyelet, and fixing in the elastic. So this is how it's going to look like. So you just go ahead and sew it down using double stitch. You can just give a space of 0.5 to achieve this. So now the next thing we're going to do, I am going to get my band. This is what I'm going to do. Center back is going to face. I'm going to align both center back of the band and center back of the trouser together this way, and I'll go ahead and pin it down. So then after aligning the center back together, I am also going to take the center front and do the same thing. So I'll join both points together and I will pin it down so that I'll be able to secure both points and while sewing it so that it doesn't move. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pin it down, the center front and the center back together, and then after doing that, I'll take it to my machine and I'll sew it down. So for you to be able to sew this down, you have to stretch the band. Remember, the band is smaller than the waistline now because of the effect of the elastic. So what you are going to do, you just go ahead and stretch it out, not too much, but just stretch it out in a way that it will go around the waistline of your trouser. So this is what we have now that I've sewn it down. This is what our trouser is looking like, our elastic band on our joggers trouser. So this is what we have. So I wasn't able to get the exact color of rope that we'll be using, but this is what I could lay my hands on. So now this is what you are going to do. I'm going to pass this rope in between the elastic that we have there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. You have to be patient while doing this, or you can as well use a safety pin to enable you have easy access in passing this rope. But this is what I'm going to do carefully. I'm just going to use my hand and be taking it inward in between this elastic. So I'll just do that quickly, and when I'm getting to the end part of it, I'll show you what it's looking like. But you have to be patient while doing this. So this is what it's going to look like. So now I'm done passing it out, and this is what we have for our elastic band on our joggers trouser, guys. This is what we have. I love the final result of this trouser. So this is what our joggers trouser is looking like after attaching our elastic band to it. So guys, please, if you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit on that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Like and share our videos, make your comments. In our next tutorial again, we will be doing something next. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.